Hola, 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 hola YouTube. Soy vuestro chico de la shisha and I'm back again with another reaction. Today I'm going to be reacting to the two goats, the two ultimate goats in this Spanish rap battles. ACZINO versus CHUTY. It does not get much better than these guys. And I've already reacted to one battle between these two guys. And it was a really close battle. I mean, ACZINO ended up winning it. But if I remember correctly, I think the first round it was kind of even. Obviously, ACZINO maybe shaded it, and then they went to the replica. They had a replica, and ACZINO was a lot better in the replica. But then after that, they had another replica, and then CHUTY was better in the final replica, and then they ended up voting for ACZINO. So it was a battle that could have gone either way. But anyway, I'm really excited to check out their battle again. So thank you so much, Freestyle Forever, for making this this video. I think this is the 5th translation he's done so far, and all of them have been excellent. So I'm going to put the link to the original video in the description, guys. You need to go support him and subscribe to his channel, and then hopefully he's going to keep making more of these rap battles for us. And yeah, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Let's keep growing. I'm going to keep giving you more contents, and if you do have any songs, freestyle, rap battles that you want me to react to, just drop it in the comment section below. I will check it out. So without further ado, let's smoke this shisha and get to the video. Okay, let's go. Who's starting? ACZINO starting. Okay. I don't need to read that reference. I know he's talking about Johnny Beltran. I know Johnny Beltran always fucks CHUTY up. I mean, they've battled twice and Johnny Beltran has won against him. And people even say that Johnny Beltran is like the guy that CHUTY just can't beat. But I'm not sure. I mean, 2 battles. I don't know if you can say that after 2 battles. I mean, I'm sure one of these days CHUTY is gonna beat him, because he's got such an amazing level that, you know, it's impossible to say he's never gonna beat someone. I just don't believe that. Anyway, people say CHUTY is safe. Johnny Beltran is gone, but here's me and my level. He kind of said the same, almost same thing along the lines in the previous battle when he said, you know, you think you're not scared anymore just because Johnny Beltran was eliminated, but then you're facing me. So it's kind of similar, but Johnny Bell. So ACZINO did a wordplay using Johnny Bell and with me and my level. In Spanish, the structure was like this: Johnny Bell, mi nivel, yo. Oh, so it's a fucking wordplay. Okay. Damn, I was already a judge in Madrid and I graded your rhymes, and tonight I'm gonna be your executioner. Okay. So I'm guessing ACZINO was a judge in the Spain Red Bull 2017 competition. CHUTY ended up winning that tournament. Oh, okay, that's actually good to know that. I mean, I know he's not the only judge, but I'm guessing, you know, there's so much respect between these two artists. And I'm guessing when ACZINO was a judge, he must have voted for CHUTY because he respects CHUTY. This is definitely, you can see it's very clear. Obviously, on a battle stage is different. When you're on that stage, you have to disrespect your opponent. It doesn't matter who he is. But I'm sure he respects CHUTY. He, you know, so. But he's just saying, obviously, I voted for you. I graded you, ended up winning. But today I'm gonna execute you. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna eliminate you. I don't know if it's a final or it's a semi-final. So he said I'm gonna eliminate you from this competition. Okay, let's go. Damn, it's not the same in Master Series fighting with your friends than being in the whole world destroying the big leagues. Okay, back then there was just one FMS Freestyle Master Series competition. It was in Spain. CHUTY was already the king of the format, but ACZINO states that CHUTY was great in the national competition but not internationally. Oh. But this is back then. I mean, I'm sure CHUTY has won in so international tournaments now, but this was back then. But That was dope. That was fucking dope. Come on, this is the second time he's in double tempo against CHUTY. Oh god. Okay. ACZINO he's got so many amazing styles, you know. For him to be able to do this, I mean, I know it's not his strength, but he's doing it. I mean, what the fuck? I still have 20. This is a delight. I put my style in front of you. Be careful that your lens could break. Okay. There's a reference there. Yeah, this is criminal. This is a criminal that gets into your mind. This double tempo sounds better. It's excellent. Okay, as soon as this double tempo here is better than the one he did in his battle against CHUTY. Oh no, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. That double tempo is fucking dope. I remember he did that double tempo and he threw a punch at the end by saying, for example, it was something along the lines that I can beat you up to your own game or something like that. Because obviously CHUTY, you know, he's a better double tempo guy than ACZINO. That's a fact. Yeah, there's no punch here. Talk your shit, my nigga. Talk your shit. Talk your shit. I'm the best in the world. You're always gonna be second. Talk your shit. Okay. Okay, I see what he's trying to say. It wasn't an amazing round by ACZINO, to be honest with you. It wasn't amazing. Let's see what CHUTY can do. Okay. Oh damn, he flipped it. He flipped it. So actually say he doesn't go to the big leagues. I mean, I don't know why CHUTY hasn't, obviously before the 2018. I don't know why. What's the reason for him not winning the leagues that ACZINO talked about. But from what CHUTY just said, I'm guessing he's saying he didn't participate in the leagues, so that's why ACZINO won it. So that was a dope way of flipping it. I don't know why he didn't participate. Damn! Oh my god. He flipped the double tempo. You see, okay, CHUTY is not playing now. He is not playing. He is not playing. Said he can do double. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, back the last battle, he said he's gonna give. That's the correct word. Actually, he's gonna give CHUTY a taste of his own medicine. That was the punch he had. So CHUTY makes a reference to his last battle with ACZINO, where ACZINO said that the rhyme about giving CHUTY a taste of his medicine. Yeah. And then he said, you know what? Today you're gonna swallow my medicine because mine is better. Talk your shit, my nigga. That's good. That's dope. Damn, you're not the best in history. I have 3 times more talent. I'm not sure about that, and I don't think I give a fuck about your career. Yes, I'm sure you don't give a fuck about his career, but I don't think you have 3 times as more talent than ACZINO. So CHUTY recycles an ACZINO rhyme from 2016. In fact, ACZINO said that rhyme to CHUTY in an exhibition battle. CHUTY changed something from the original rhyme to not sound repetitive though. The original rhyme was says I have 3 times more talent and 2 times more career. Oh, it's a response, but from a rhyme ACZINO said almost 2 years ago. I see. So you took his rhyme and you kind of flipped it to your own favor. Yeah, I mean, I don't agree with him 3 times more talent. I mean, he's talented definitely, but 3 times, nah. He's definitely killing it so far. Damn. Okay, Chuty is not playing. He shed tears from 2 different places. So if you're shedding tears from your eyes and you're sweating from your skin every time you face me, damn, that's a double right there. That's a double right there. Chuty took that one for me. His flips were more potent, and he's got a few double. ACZINO, I don't know what he did in that first round. That was definitely below his level. He can do better. So he didn't do, you know. But anyway, let's see. That was dope. That was fucking dope. Even ACZINO acknowledged that. That was fucking dope. Okay. Wait, he dropped a reference there. You're luck to be the best. It's like double escalon in the stage because it's really good, but at the end it finishes. What the fuck? Chuty tried to say, oh, Quinton Escalon, but messed up the words and said double instead. Oh, it's a little mistake, nothing too bad. Oh, but I see what he's trying to. Yeah, it's like Quinton Escalon. I know Quinton Escalon. That's the fucking street rap in Argentina, and obviously it ended recently. I don't know if it's recently or not, but I know it ended. They don't do that anymore. So he's saying you're lucky to be the best. It's like Quinton Escalon, on the stage because it's really good. It's really good. Yeah, of course, Quinton Escalon was so fucking dope, man. I reacted to a lot of the battles from there, but at the end it finishes. That's a fucking double play on words. Okay, that was dope. Chuty's not playing. He's not playing. Oh. Oh shit! I dropped my smoothie. Oh my god. No. Fucking hell. ACZINO, what the fuck? Chuty has so much level, it doesn't fit in the plane. That's why he leaves it in Spain in every single competition. Ooh, if that is not a punch, I don't know what a punch is. If that is not a punch, damn. So it's just a way of saying like you're the guy in Spain, but outside of Spain you're shit. But it's the way he described it. Obviously, for Chuty to come and attend all this competition, he has to take a plane and fly over. But then too many levels, I mean, can be compared to too many baggage and the good things, and you leave because too much. You just leave it in Spain. You can't take it with you. Like, I mean, but your level of performance. Like in Spain, you destroy everybody, but when you go to a different competition, it's like you're shit. Basically, you're not shit. Basically. Oh fucking hell, man! Shit! I dropped my smoothie all over my fucking table. I have to get through this reaction. Let's go. Okay. Damn, he flipped it. Say he only has one good rapper in his country, and yeah, that's actually a fucking diss, because in Spain there are just so many motherfuckers. So Chuty winning in Spain, still he has to face like so many good rappers, but in Mexico you have to face Dominic. But I'm not sure about that now. I mean, maybe back then Dominic was the illest motherfucker there. But now I know they got so many dope guys, man. Johnny Beltran, RC, Lobo, Estaprio. So, but even though ACZINO will still kill all of them. So you just have one good rival in your country. And then ACZINO competed in the Mexico national competition right in 2017. Dominic was going to be part of that event too. And people wanted to see another battle involving both of them. At the end, Dominic didn't participate because he lost the plane and couldn't go to the event. ACZINO ended up winning that competition. That That's why Chuty says he won because Dominic didn't compete. I'm not sure about that. I mean, he made the flip with the plane, but I'm not sure about that. I mean, I reacted to 2 battles from ACZINO and Dominic. I know Dominic is dope. He should have won the first battle, which ACZINO ended up winning. So, but the second battle, I think ACZINO deserved to win it. So, but I see what he's trying to say. Okay. Damn, because my rhymes is good and can be recycled. On the other hand, your hand is trash and it's not used ever again. This is a fucking shot to earlier when Chuty used one of ACZINO's rhymes, even though he made it his own. But yeah, that's a reference to saying, oh, my rhymes are so good that it can be recycled. So ACZINO makes a comparison with his rhymes, and Chuty is saying ACZINO's rhymes are good, so good that they can be reused, and Chuty's are so bad that they can't. Also, at mentioning the word trash, it can be said ACZINO said his rhymes are like inorganic waste, recyclable, and Chuty's are like, oh my days, I didn't even think about that. Fuck. Okay, you see, this is what you get between when two fucking goats are battling against each other. The first round, definitely Chuty took that one, but this second round so far, ACZINO has dropped 2 heavy punches right here, and he is way ahead right now in my opinion. But let's keep it going. What the fuck is that reference? ACZINO explaining those famous sad memes where sad songs appears in the background as Chuty lost in the Red Bull International by Tongo in 2017. Sadly, can be used in a sad meme. Oh, okay, I see what he's trying to say. But not as good as your previous punches though. Damn, he is respecting him because everything is organized for you to win in your country. But this is Argentina and it's not organized by Pime. Is that not Pime is a freestyler, organizer, promoter of events, and was ACZINO's manager. Yeah, I remember that. Someone did use that to diss him. What was it? Who was it? I can't remember. Maybe it was Arcano. I can't remember. That's why Chuty said everything was put for ACZINO to always win in Mexico. Okay, that was dope. Ooh. That's a fucking long reference, man. What the fuck? I'm the best of Latin America. Today, Papo organizes and Sudametrica will win. Papo, why is he bringing Papo's name in? This event was organized by Papo. Oh, in the past, Papo had a beef with Sudametrica, which is a rap record label. ACZINO is part of that group. Oh, Papo never had issue with ACZINO directly. Papo was just focused on Código. Oh, I heard about this. Código was also a member of Sudametrica. He was heavily attacked in freestyles battles where it was literally everybody versus Código. Some years later, ACZINO had a battle against Papo and he defended Código because I know ACZINO and Código are quite close. And Sudametrica as a whole, that battle is known for being the day the beast of hardcore, or Papo's nickname came, back then, became ACZINO's pet. Oh, ACZINO took advantage to use the organizer topic here to remember that beef of Papo with Sudametrica and state Sudametrica will win as Papo is the organizer. ACZINO still defending Código and representing Sudametrica colors. I see. Damn. History lesson. Talk your shit. No, if you're taken out of space, you're taken out of all the level you show in your battles there. Damn. Ooh. I didn't let him finish. CHUTY wanted to attack ACZINO's teeth because he have them a little separated. Okay, he has gaps in his teeth. Saying he fills his showcase cabinet with trophies, but he doesn't fill the spaces between his teeth. He said gums, but that's where the teeth grow. So he just didn't mention the right word. Oh, okay, but I see what he's trying to. He's a light punch though. I wouldn't. He's a light punch. I mean, he's still acknowledging that he won a lot of trophies. So it's a light punch.
Nunca sus encías, ACZINO acaba. Ok, si quieres con esta se terminaba. Dice que compitió él y que por eso yo ganaba. Competí en la Red Bull, puta, y así tú estabas. ¡Tiempo!
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Okay. Arranca ACZINO. ¿Estamos listos? ¡Sole! Gente, esto está pasando y acá es historia, ¿no? ¡Estamos listos, por alto! ¡Estamos listos!
Tiempo, que lo trueno. Mira que flow con esencia que suena. Chuty, si quieres no nos vemos, porque mírame, sé que tienes traumas con los morenos.
Damn. CHUTY, if you want, we don't look at each other because look at me now. You're afraid of brown-skinned people. Okay, ACZINO says this because in the last Red Bull, CHUTY was eliminated by Yankee. Yankee won. He's a brown-skinned person. ACZINO is kind of brown-skinned too. Oh, okay, I see what he's trying to say. Okay. Damn. Everybody knows ACZINO won because they took out of his way the biggest threat. Okay, CHUTY implying he was robbed in Red Bull 2017, so ACZINO didn't have to face him. CHUTY was considered ACZINO's most difficult rival who he could face in the tournament, even more than Arcana for some people. Okay. Johnny Beltran again.
Porque quise ver completo la línea de tiempo de tus
Damn! Oh my god! ACZINO is crazy, man. Jesus Christ, he is crazy, man. This is the second time that I mean, obviously it's a different bar altogether compared to the one he used last time when he talked about he's being cross-eyed. But this is fucking dope. You know why I'm cross-eyed person? Because I wanted to see the complete timeline of your defeats. Disrespectful. Okay, I think CHUTY is gonna flip that one. If you're bringing your cross-eyed self into this conversation, CHUTY will flip it. Talk your shit, my nigga. Talk your shit. I'm two-time gold level championship. I'm here. Look at me. Oh damn. This is I love the battles between these two, man. I love it, man. I fucking love it. I knew he was gonna flip it. He was gonna flip the cross tie. It took him so long. It took him a long time to flip it. So I know CHUTY refers to himself as God, the God of rap. So I multiply the fishes, the wines, and everything. Sort of reference to what God did when He first created the earth. Obviously, He created every creatures and then causes them to multiply so that they can fill the earth. So I multiply the fishes, the wines, and everything. And obviously the wines is I think is a reference to when was it Jesus turned. I think it's a reference in the Bible that Jesus did something. He turned water into wine, yeah, and everything. I did the miracle. Yeah, he did the miracle. Yeah, it's time to fix your eyes. So it's gonna fucking fix your eyes. Fucking savage. Damn. Oh my god. Oh my god. I love this man.
Pero te metas con la ciencia porque a la gente le gustó y demostrando tu existencia.
Damn. Oh my god, your face is sad because you're non-exist. I'm here to show the people that you don't exist, because obviously there's scientific people believe that God doesn't exist. They tell you that you know, the world was created through evolution. So yeah, I see the reference he's trying to make. I see.
La ciencia porque a la gente le gustó y demostrando tu existencia. Esto es lo que nada. Sabes como yo te junto con las palabras. Sabes porque es como la ciencia hasta fuerza quiere destacar pero le faltan las tablas.
What the fuck was that reference? Is that? You know why he's like science, this idiot? Because he wants to stand out, but he lacks tables. CHUTY is talking about the periodic table of elements. Okay, saying ACZINO lacks that table. There is also a place in Spain called Las Tablas. There's a university there where people can get the degrees in different specialities. Science is one of them. I'm not sure if he was also talking about that place or not, but as it's CHUTY's, probably he was. Yeah, if he was indeed trying to say that, it was very difficult reference to understand, as I'm sure not even all Spaniards know that place and university exists. Ooh, that is fucking dope. I mean, when I saw the tables and science, you can just make a connection. I know he's talking about a periodic table, but damn. Okay, CHUTY.
Yo no soy Dios, soy un mortal, pero sí soy un Dios cuando me subo al instrumental.
Okay.
Yo sí soy un Dios con el micro. Te pongo 3 rimas, pam, pam, y te crucifico.
Damn. Okay. Yeah, he's flipping it. I mean, CHUTY referred to himself to God, and he mentioned some of the miracles that Jesus did, and obviously what happened, Jesus ended up getting crucified in the Bible. So that's what ACZINO is saying. He's gonna crucify you today with his rhymes. I put 3 rhymes. Damn. And Jesus was crucified, you know, one on the two nails on the palm and one on his feet. That's 3 nails, 3 rhymes. That's fucking dope. That is fucking dope. Oh damn, fucking hell, man. That was nice. I beat Teorema, so I'm guessing he beat Teorema in the quarterfinals. So in the quarters, I beat him in. Oh no, he beat him in Copper Kamet. What the fuck is that? I don't know what that is. So you have to. But wait. He said something about, yeah, today I beat Teorema. Isn't it weird? I did in one day what took you 2 years, because I know, yeah, ACZINO lost the battle against Teorema in Teorema's country, Chile, which some people said he won because he was the home favorite. But I see what he's trying to do. So they battled twice. It was not 2 years of time. Those battles happened in time was 5 months, but they happened in different years. That's why CHUTY says 2 years. Both battles happened in Chile. Oh, the curious thing is that ACZINO beat Teorema in their first battle also in Chile. Oh, okay. So he did win in Chile, and then he lost twice. Interesting. Okay, that wasn't a shot at CHUTY. That was you're fucking dissing Teorema. Like, he's not even at the competition, but you're dissing him. Outside of Chile, he always loses in the first round.
Acababa yo a sangre fría. En Chile me ganaste, no tenías armonía. Chile es tu segunda casa, pero Argentina es la mía.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to make part 2 of this video. I can't have it's gonna be too long. So, but I'm guessing they're gonna have a replica too. I think it's a replica anyway because it's hard to pick a winner. It's hard to pick a winner. CHUTY first round, ACZINO second round. On these 4x4, 8 bars each. It's kind of like tied, to be honest. Yeah, it has to be a replica.
Ustedes saben, para ustedes quién ganó, jurado experto. ¿Quién gana? ¿Quién gana? No se entiende nada, igual decide el jurado. Jurados, a la cuenta de 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, it's a replica. Well, I'm gonna have to do the rest of the video in a different video because this is gonna take me forever, and for some reason if my videos go over 38 minutes it just cuts off automatically. So I'll make the second reaction and I'll post them back to back, guys. I'll see you on the next reaction. Peace.